Yo, what up? It's your boy DJ Kane, the original vocalist of the Cumbia Kings, and yo, stay right here. Get wacky on a Wednesday with my boy, Bumper. You know what time it is.
You never forget your hometown. Never forget your first round. It holds everything that I hold close, and it makes me slow down. How could I forget my hometown? And everyone that's gone now. All the scars I've earned, right wrong turns, made me who I am now. I can never forget my hometown. Southbound on 35, leaning back singing prayers to a Texas sky. Damn, it's been a while. I wonder if Granny's tacos still got 3 for $5. Tell my mama I apologize. I was chasing this dream, losing track of time. I was born to run, she told me, son, you never forget your hometown. Never forget your first round. It holds everything that I hold close, and it makes me slow down. How could I forget my hometown? And everyone that's gone now. All the scars I've earned, 5 more turns, it made me who I am now. I can never forget my hometown. That church downtown, old clock on top. Cold beers, good music, can't really buy. Backyard parties, cowboy tailgates. Big time dreaming about summer we ain't. Just to come back, hoping nothing strange. All my people sing. Never forget your hometown. Never forget your first round. It holds everything that I hold close, and it makes me slow down. How could I forget my hometown? And everyone that's gone now. The scars I've earned, 5 more turns, made me who I am now. I can never forget my hometown. Tell my mom I'm coming home now. Tell my family I wanna make it out. Give me everything I am. Never forget your hometown. Never forget your first round. It holds everything that I hold close, and it makes me slow down.
Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered, the real deal. No pre-planning, no chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode. Eddie, calm down, Eddie. It's going to just, we had to do it like this today. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first Bumpers Wacky Wednesday lunchtime edition right here from the beautiful city of San Antonio, Texas. We like to welcome everybody that's joining us from all over the United States, Mexico, wherever you're joining. Thank you so much for tuning in to this lunchtime version of Bumpers a Wacky Wednesday. And we have a great one in store for you guys. So if those of you that are on your desk eating, put your earphones on. You might want to put your earphones on, especially when you listen to me. Louie, he's probably a little more professional talking than me, but we'll find out. We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. But no, man, thank you guys so much for joining us. This is your first time watching. Welcome to Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We do this every single Wednesday, bringing you the best in La Onda Tejana, Conjunto Music. And today, a little bit of Nashville by way of Fort Worth, Texas. Super excited to have this gentleman with us. I can't wait to get into conversation with them. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all not ready. You are not ready for you screen record right now. Because for the very first time, I'm going to introduce my good friend, Louie TheSinger.
What up, Bumper? Let's go ahead
Let's
and do
go,
it.
baby.
Like
Y'all ain't ready.
What's up, guys? Are y'all ready? On 3. 1, 2.
I can't do it.
I love Michael do it, so I gotta look out, bro. He's
You
probably
know,
still in Vegas.
Yeah, he's probably still in Vegas.
A lot
man.
of y'all froze for half a second. I know they did that. I gotta see this. And the fools that really play, you already know that they turned it up. They're just looking for something.
Looking for something, dude. If you play the accordion, can you imagine, bro?
Oh man, yeah. Not really.
Not really.
It's dope, bro. I hear it all the time. If I ever need it, like, you know, I reach out. You know, like
Yeah.
it's dope to have. But man, I'm not that complex, bro. I play the keys though. You know.
You play the keyboards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot of baby mamas. I don't know if you. That's that piano, fool. I'm telling you, dog. For real.
Oh my good! I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are not ready for today's interview, man. But you know, first of all, I want to thank you, Louie, for making time to come by and talking to us here at Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. He probably doesn't remember because he's got 100 things going on, but you know, I really thrive on doing the show live, right? Because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
You don't know what's going to be said. And so, you know, I don't know, dude, it's got to be maybe 4 years ago, 3.5 or 4 years ago. How long ago was it that you played in downtown San Antonio in this little, it was Gabe Garcia's, it was 3 years ago?
It was El Honky Tonk.
El Honky
Yeah,
Tonk,
it
right?
was 2023. It was technically, tickets went on sale 2022 and 2023. Yep.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
January.
So I had hit up Louie because we have a primo in common.
Yeah.
And a happy birthday to Miss Yolanda. Happy birthday there in Fort Worth, Texas.
Primo Gabe.
Yeah, Primo Gabe. Saludos to Gabe. And so he was telling me, man, and I think I'd gone for a funeral or something, and I met your little brother. And Gabe's like, hey, man, that's Louie's little brother. And I was like, oh, Louie. I said, Louie, the singer? He's like, yeah. I said, oh, okay, cool, man. So, you know, I reached out and we talked, and it was like, hey, you know what, Louie, when you come for the show, come and do the podcast with me.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you know what? Let's see if we can work it out. Dude, but it was like, I don't know what happened, Louie, but from like in 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
We knew Louie TheSinger, but in 2 weeks, bro, I don't know what happened, but the shit went viral, homie.
Thanks. Yeah, I remember.
Like it was literally overnight, dude. How did you take that, dude?
It was weird because, you know, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know what it's like to do the out of the trunk CDs, you know, like all the way up to when social media was a necessity. And I remember, you know, posting. I've had viral moments throughout my career, you know, and in my early 20s and all that, you know. Different versions of viral, you know, it was different back then. You know, you had 50,000 views in 2 months on YouTube back in 2010. That was like, whoa.
That's big time.
It was, who are you?
Yeah.
It was at least regional, you know, because internet wasn't what it was, but I posted this video, bro, of me. It was the Just Be Me video. And it's me outside of a Lolo. Shout out to my boy Randy, man. So he lets me use his lowrider. I'm drinking one night at a bar, and I'm like, man, let me use that in the video. He's like, for real, your country ones outside? I don't care. I like Lolos, and you know, I do what I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think about it like that. So I put it in there, and it was just off the end. They say I see a prison cell. They say I never make it will. And it was just that. And it's me in a muscle shirt, acting like I'm fixing the car. I don't know how to fix a car, fool. You know. Hey.
Oh, the truth's gonna come out today.
Hey, no, I'm keeping it real. You know, I'm keeping it real. What do you want me to do? Lie to you right now? Some girl hits me up. Lou, I need you to look at my car. Oh yeah, I'm gonna. Hey, you know, we're both stuck.
You're calling a camarada to come with you, right?
Yeah, I'm tired. I wanted to check on you. My primo's coming to look at it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But no, that's what happened, and you know, and before that, I had a couple other viral moments, but Just Be Me, man, 76,000 shares in 12 hours. I woke up to 9 million views.
You woke up to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And after that,
hey, did you look at your phone like 2 or 3 times? Like, dude, is this shit real?
Man,
or were people blowing you up? Or were like, Louie, this shit's going crazy.
Man, everywhere I went, this smoke shop called me 2 diamond swishers because at the time that's what I would, you know, smoke. But I go inside and he's like staring at me weird that day, and I'm checking out finally, and he picks up his phone. He goes, "Hey, 2 diamonds, it's you." I said, that's crazy. I'm like, man, I'm by my apartment. Then I go to the bars, and the people are like, hey, fool. They already knew I did music, you know, so a lot of them are like, hey, fool, you know, like, I see you doing it. And, you know, you got to kind of be like, you know.
Yeah.
But it was hard. I was like, oh, we got to go make, I just wanted to make more. You know, the day I shot Just Be Me and the one that went viral, I shot 3 music videos that day. Yeah.
Damn, man. Well, you know what, Louis? Here at Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, man, we've been doing the show for 5 years, and we're really big on our cultura, um, just keeping our culture relevant, bro.
Right.
And we come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, but because you're here, I want to talk about it.
Let's do it.
Louie TheSinger came across my social media page, and I started following you, and then I had the connection with my primo Gabe, and you know, I watched you, bro, and I watched what you were doing, and I don't think people I've looked up interviews of you. That's what I do, right? You know, you got to do a little homework. I don't think people have touched. You have tried to say it, but I don't think people have touched as much as you are one of us, bro. And we, at this moment in time, we don't have a Louie TheSinger in anything in country music. Like it's one of a kind, right? Of course, you're one of a kind. But what I'm trying to say is that Louie is a representation of a lot of people in this country, bro. Chingos de gente,
Yeah.
right? And you brought it up a few minutes ago where you said, "Hey, man, I put the Lolo in the country music video." Like, can you? I could just imagine the normal country people, and they're seeing this guy tatted up, in a freaking lowrider, right? But to me, I'm like, fuck yeah, like that is bad. That dude's like us, and the fool's wearing boots. Who says you can't be from the hood and wear boots?
It's a thing.
It's right, but it's a thing because we know we're from here, right? We see, we grow up like that. But for people outside, they don't see that.
Nah.
And I think you're the dude that's been breaking down these freaking barriers, dude. Because I promise you, bro, there is a shitload of kids out there that are watching you because, like, hey, well, just because I got tatted up, I got a full sleeve, doesn't mean I can't sing country music. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And country music has changed. You know, you get the old school, just like Tejano music. You get them old school cats and like, hey, bro, no, I don't like the new music, whatever. But I think country has been one of the genres that has been able to evolve and continue to prosper.
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, man. I think as long as it's real, you know, that's just the truth. I didn't go in trying to do nothing, man. I'm telling you, they keep asking me, like, so what was the plan? I'm like, man, God had the plan. I was just kind of going with it. You know? I was just trying to do better, man. But, yeah, and then, you know, with that came backlash. I've been very open with who I am, man. I don't, you know, with the labels and stuff too, I told them I'm cool. Let's do what we gotta do. But man, I'm gonna make it real. Like, y'all can't change me, dog. And I'm not saying y'all can't. Like, I'm telling you, like, I won't let you. Like, it don't work like that. So, you know, there's always, you know, agreements, and I'll touch on it lightly that you could just walk out if that's how good you can structure a deal. That's unheard of for most people. But all I will tell you is nobody's gonna change me, dog. And, you know, I got to just stick to my guns. That's what got me here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why change it if it ain't broke, you know?
Right.
You know, we're good at fixing shit, but we also understand that you ain't got to fix it, you know, if it ain't broke.
Louie, again, man, you're doing something that a lot of people wish they could. And you're definitely the barriers, bro. Like, I just can't emphasize that much, you know, to the public, how much that you're breaking down barriers for people. And for our gente, bro. For our gente, like, if you listen to Louie's songs, I've been jamming him. Like, again, when I do these shows, Louie, I like 3 or 4 days before I immerse myself into that artist I'm gonna have that week, so I can kind of feel, bro, you're all over the place in these lyrics. But Louie, but check it out,
Let's
bro.
get a shot before we go there.
Yeah, let's do. Yeah, we're gonna need a shot.
Get the
I got you right here. Hold on. You ever had this one right here?
Nah, if I did, I don't remember.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. This you'll be able to do about 3 more interviews today. You'll be fine. Night pedo.
Is it either you will really good or you really not?
No. You'll do good. This is not a. It's not a. It just tastes good, bro. It's not a like.
Okay.
It's not a. We're gonna get. Dang, dude. Lunchtime shot, bato.
Wait. Somebody with an Altima right now, with her son named Aiden's doing the same shit, going back to her doctor job, so we could do it too. No, I'm just kidding. Love y'all. Salud.
Salud.
Oh yeah. Damn. That's like my ex is sweet, but gonna creep up on your ass. feel it, man.
Oh my goodness, man. No, so Louie, you know, doing country music in these years that you've been getting, you know, more popular, more popular, more popular. Like, how does country music absorb you? Like the people inside the industry, a one-on-one, face-to-face. How do those conversations go?
I think a lot of the people already kind of know what they're getting into when they meet me, and you know, I'm very forward. You know who I am. When I first got into the industry, and I mean, like, you know, not back then. I mean, like, my real footing was when I got my deal with MCA, and the CEO signed me directly at the time. Her name is Cindy Mae. Big shout out to Cindy. Love you, Cindy. If you ever see this, she took a chance on me. She flies out to Dallas. This woman is the CEO, mind you. The VP of Vice President of A&R, Chelsea, who is my A&R, and I want to say Sharice, I forget what department. These are big dogs. All of these women flew out to Dallas to see my show, right? It's my first time playing in Dallas as Louie TheSinger, as an artist, right? And like, or headlining and everything. We did 800 people, right? So we sell out trees. She ends up coming out. She meets my mom and everything. This lady, because she knew my history with the labels, she told me, she was like, Louie, if you give me the chance, I will put you on my back and walk you through every door they told you no and say, he's with me. Are you willing to do that, though? Like, if I give you the right, I said, man, I'm your guy. You know, and there were a lot of things that happened last year, like, it's new to me, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I come from something different, you know, like, I'm a friendly guy, you could tell, you know, but man, that took a long time to get back, bro, because I came from looking over my shoulder, you know, involved in things that weren't me, bro. You know how it goes, you know, so I'll never say, oh, this is who I was. No, that's who I was trying to be, and that's not who I was, man. You know, she took a chance on everything, knowing that, yo, he's known to fuck this up. And she took a risk on me, dog. Yeah. She told me, she said, I've never seen gang signs at a country concert, and I've never seen a fight break up like that. You stopped the show and made them dap hands. Louie, they're listening to you. I said, yeah, I know. I was like, I'm not their voice. I'm one of them. I was like, the moment you change me, they'll know. They're going to leave, and I don't blame them. So that's the whole point of this. You know what I'm saying? Is because it's not to get me through the door. Like, I did a song called Come and Take It, right? And the video, when I wrote the video, I wanted to kick down the doors of country music. I did it. But if you notice, I never walked through. No disrespect. I don't give a shit. I don't. I love country music with all my heart. But, like, to be accepted by people, I don't know. I don't really care for that, you know? But there are people that in that industry that are so solid. I mean, my team was such a beautiful put together, from Lauren all the way down to, I mean, Lee, who was my PR. There was just so many people in there that, you know, but there was a shuffle of chairs, you know, so, you know, that's the part you learn, like, okay, you're not on everybody's main list agenda, but that's fine if you've got your own thing going, you know? So, like, I mean, we were touring before, like, you know, like, I mean, in 2022, 2023, I'm doing shows in Albuquerque, and we're confused, like, what is going on? Like, these fools are showing up, and, you know, you want to say, like, well, I've asked them, you know, in the first year, I was like, oh, what is that? They're like, that's the venue. I'm like, what venue? They're like, we're playing. I was like, what are they doing? They're like, that's the line. I shit you not. 200-300 people outside of a line in Fresno, California, Chicago, wherever we're at. And once it started hitting nationwide, that's when it got, man, fools are walking up on us at gas stations. I swear, they look like me, right? And some of them, knock us in the face, dog, walking up like, hey, what's up, you Louie? And we're like, man, of course. Boom. Yeah, what's up, homie? He's like, no, hold on. We're like, oh, he's like, I was trying to get a picture, dog. Y'all don't know if you remember me, but we did a show back in the day when you was rapping and doing R&B. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah, take a picture, you know what I'm saying? And then I get to share my story with those like that. I mean, what happened? How the country thing happened? I'm like, man, it just happened. I just made a song, and they kept calling me country online. And at first I was frustrated, but I was like, man, I feel me. I feel at home now. Like,
I will tell everybody out there, if you haven't seen the video, Come and Take It. Maybe you don't have access to video, but you have access to the song. Download the song and listen to every single word of that song. Again, you're showcasing our cultura, bro.
Yeah.
In the biggest biggest stage there is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you it's like I tell sometimes when people come on the show, like, you're carrying us on your back, so to say. Mm-hmm. You know, Come and Take It. You know, we were country before Yeah, like all the lyrics, bro, are powerful.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I think artists, they sing it so much they kind of you kind of forget what, sometimes
No, I know exactly what it means
There you
because,
go.
like, people on, man, for one, I know what it means because I like to sing it every time knowing that somebody's going to hear it for the first time.
Yeah.
And if I give it to them what the message is and the way it is, I don't know if you've gotten to go to some of my shows, but we have fun on stage and I like to bring it. I like to give it. Every song's got a real message. And what's funny is I learned with that record, don't let people in the room when you're trying to make something from the heart because they'll yell out 80 lyrics and swear they helped you write the song. These fools are so smart that they put a video of us in the studio working on it. And I was so glad they did, right? Because you can hear them yell out every lyric or that they yelled out, name it on the song. You won't.
It's not on there.
So I feel I'm glad that God had it in my heart. Like, look, there's a message, Louie. Stay focused. This is the devil trying. Like, everything could have gone wrong for that record. But I'm glad I stuck to what I wanted to talk about. I'm glad, I even, with the, I talked about my mom. My mom was pot roast. You know what I'm saying? With some sides on the stove. Country wasn't about, it was about making sure we were good. It wasn't about color. It wasn't about nothing. It's really what bothered me was the culture. So if in the beginning of that music video, the radio guy. That was a real situation. Like, he went to Facebook and everything saying that he'd never play. He didn't say my name directly, but they asked him to play it because I shared it. I was like, hey guys, they said, who's next? Tag me. This fool kept it real. It was like, man, we'd never play that. That's not real country. So I wrote the song. They say I ain't country, but my people started this thing they call country. And it wasn't even like talking about America. It was talking about the culture. Yeah. Country wasn't like a thing. It was songs about the culture of country, the cowboy and all that, right? Vaqueros, who started it? You know what I'm saying? It's like so backwards. So I'm like listening to these people and these program directors telling me what's not country, right? But I guarantee if you say, hey, let's go to the ranch saddle, let's just chop it up. I don't ride a horse. You're saying who's country? I'm not saying that makes you country, but fuck, it's got to start somewhere, homeboy. And if y'all are tripping, I don't want a problem. If it's a problem, no problem. We're here. We're not. Because I get tested a lot in my own little realm in Nashville. I already have, and I swear to you, I've never. I've wanted to, but I didn't break. I went on stage. I gave him all, and on the way out, only thing I did was like, "You saw that? I'm here, baby." And that's it. I didn't go say nothing negative. I went and did my thing. That's it.
So Louie, going back to that program director, executive, president. If you ever to sit down with him, and would it be a nice conversation,
man?
Where I'm going was like, if he was to say, "Hey, Louie, I was wrong," like your shit's fire. You know what I mean? Would you be accepting that, or are you one of those guys like, "Nah, Charlie, you didn't believe in me. I'm done with you"?
No, you shake hands and move forward because it's like I said in the video. I didn't walk through the door. It's about getting other people in the door, man. Because what happens is they take one of us, they commercialize us, and stole, right? It's over. Well. What if somebody said, no, this is what it is now. This is the style. Don't change us. More vatos would want to do it because that's who we are.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I love Rick Trevino, but that's Rick Trevino, that's who Rick is. That's what made him great. But that's who Rick is. He's, it's almost to me like a traditional country, and that's beautiful. That's what I grew up on. I wouldn't be me without that, But just like them, we're picks of every little thing that we grew up on, from Selena to George to Rick to Freddie Fender, And yeah, so I don't want to change it, and honestly, I don't feel right.
You've kind of taken a little bit of everything you've grown up to come up with.
I guess
Louie
so.
TheSinger, right?
Yeah, I guess so. You play for some prisoners and mess that up. Yeah, coming out here is a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? This is fun.
So Louie, let's go back a little bit, man, because it is Wacky Wednesday and we're fucking all over the place here. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the young Louie, bro. When does Louie start singing?
Man, it was early, early teens, but Jamie Foxx show is what really did it for me. Because I was always the funny vato. I wasn't the tall, jock, handsome, fucking, swole out there, Those were my homeboys. And so I was the funny guy around, And so, girls would always take a liking to me. When I go for the shot, I'm always the little brother. It's that's cold. Yeah. But Jamie Foxx was like that, on the show. And then when he played the piano, girls looked at him different. That's what I wanted, right? And that's where it started for me. So I saw that and I sang and I wanted to do it. And then as I got older, I heard of Frankie J, man, and that changed a lot for me. I was like, man, I want to do that. But I was always different, man. And then I would start singing songs, and I had little opportunities growing up, and they just, didn't stick because they didn't know what my voice was. They're like, what do you listen to? I'm like, this and that, and they're like, like your whole life? I'm like, yeah, like I'm from Texas. That's how it goes. You know, my parents were young parents. You know, my dad was bumping easy. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. You know. And then as I got older, Alacranes. You know, and then he bumped Latin rock at one point. I look over. What are you doing? He's like, man, I'm taking on a whole new culture, son. I'm like, he's like moving his shoulders. He's got the windows down. I was like, if you grow your hair out, I'm leaving. You know. Like,
El Wookie turns into El Wookie, bro.
oh man, this fool's jamming my knob, fool. I remember like I'd go to his house and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm cleaning the house. I'm like, fuck.
To Mana?
I guess he was dating a young chick at the time, you know. Rest in peace, my pops, man. He was a wild boy.
Oh my goodness. And so Louie, you know, you've done a lot of interviews where you talk about your past, you know what I mean, and how you found yourself and stuff like that. To sum that up can you sum that up for us a little bit?
Like how I found myself?
I mean, you got into a little bit of trouble, and you think that really going through that turmoil that really changed your life and into a positive direction?
Man, I've been through quite a bit of things. I don't want to go say those words like that because I know people have been through more. But
yeah, for sure.
Man, yeah, of course, man, 100%. Like, you don't want it no more. Like, and then plus my kids getting older, you get scared that those things will happen to them. You know, at one point, I didn't care what happened to me. But then when I started realizing it could happen to my kids, that's when I started panicking. Like, I got to change, man. You know, it took me, put it this way, I got my face on that thing, you know? That shows you a man's change if he could walk around saying, I'm right here. You know, I don't have no problems with nobody.
Hey, he ain't lying, ladies and gentlemen. If you come down the neighborhood right now, the HOA's already blowing up my phone. Who's got a tour bus in the front of the house? Well, you're the second tour bus to make its way into our neighborhood, man.
Thanks.
Super cool to have Louie TheSinger's tour bus in the front of your house. But Louie, we were talking off camera, man. We have a lot of people watching in the lobby of a hotel in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where the people are starting to come in starting today for one of the largest fiestas, Mexican fiestas in the United States. You know, repping our Mexican culture there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And you know what, man? They've never had a country artist, dude.
Man, we got to go out to Milwaukee. What's up? I'm with it.
Milwaukee, there you guys heard it. You heard it from Louie himself, man. We got to get Louie up to Milwaukee. I think the people would really dig you. And going back to your songs, right? Mm-hmm. The lyrics, bro. You're making music that the young generation they understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, to me, sometimes when I think of country music, here, I've said this joke many a times, but I got a country artist, Eddie. I got to do the joke. Eddie.
Oh, here it goes.
I got to do the joke. So you said your dad, you listen to heavy metal and stuff, right?
Well, I mean, no.
Okay. But Spanish rock, that kind of stuff.
Sometimes, yeah. It was a weird phase.
You didn't have any deals? Anybody listen to like Metallica?
Yeah.
Motley
Uncle Martin
Crue,
listened to
right?
Metallica.
Okay. So you might be a little, you would know. What? You know what happens if you ever to play heavy metal music backwards?
What?
You never heard what happens?
No.
So when people used to play like Metallica, Motley Crue backwards, they say you could hear the devil.
What do you hear when you play country backwards?
Because in your abuela say, hey, esa es música del diablo. You don't be listening to the heavy metal stuff, right?
Yeah.
But what happens when you play country music backwards?
What do you hear?
You get your house back. You get your dog back. You get your wife back.
I actually think I have heard
That's we need a...
There you go.
But no, man, you know, the lyrics are, I think the lyrics that you have come up with, do you write all your own songs?
So
really,
this
or?
album that just came out actually had co-writers on it. It's my first album like that. There are some songs that I've done in the past that did have like co-writers and stuff like that. Like, and I've said it before, I really don't give a damn is one of my fun ones. There was a version with my boy Chris Detroit, man. He did help me write that record. So
yeah.
As far as the other ones though, man, like that's all me, bro. Like EYA, I was about to say it, but EYA, like Just Be Me and like Alcoholic, man. And like I'm trying to, one of those days, like Until You Came Along, Outside, like a lot of the ones that the fans like really like, you know, touch with, man, they come out and they're like, yo, this is why I found you. This is that, you know, and I'm like, that's cool, you know.
I think Nashville, and we talked about this before too on some other episodes with other artists, but I think Nashville is really starting to see how large the Latino, the Hispanic market is in country music.
Hello. They signed me.
No, I mean,
No, you're right, though.
You know, I've seen interviews with people like, you know, for people who be like Randy Rogers, like they know that their fan base
It's Latino.
I guarantee it's
Yeah.
probably 70% Latino, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know that. You know what I'm saying? So country music, I mean, and we're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
We're here.
We're growing. We're going and growing.
We're growing for sure. So no, man. Let's go back to the song EYA, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is showing Louie TheSinger. He doesn't give a shit what you think. Like it's in your face. If you listen to the lyrics, I was jamming the jam.
Yeah.
The second verse, I started listening to the lyrics really well. I'm like, oh shit, that's what he's talking about.
Double entendres is what they call it. Yeah, it's crazy, that song, man. We had a lady that she's the first African American woman that ever wrote a #1 country song, right? But it's crazy. The song that she wrote was my mom and my grandma's like go-to song. Me and Michael Salgado were getting both honored at the Impact Awards in Nashville for our contributions to country music as Latinos. And the lady got, you know, she walks up to me in the beginning and, you know, she's got an entourage. And we're with our group of people. It's a red carpet event. I'm about to start. My PR is about to start me. And as I'm starting, she stops and goes, "You Louie TheSinger?" And we're like, you know, she's an older lady. So we're all like, "Oh, yeah, yes, ma'am." And so she's like, "You wrote one of the best double entendres I've ever heard." Mind you, I don't know who this lady is. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." So I talked to her for a little bit. Well, she had told me something about college I didn't remember. Well, fast forward throughout the night, when they bring up the song, my mom is like, "Oh my God, I love that song. That's me and grandma's song." She gets emotional. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." We're watching it. And they're like, this next woman is a big professor at Vanderbilt University, music, whatever. And fast forward, it's the lady, and she's getting honored as the first African American woman to have a #1 in country music, right? And she actually teaches the EYA structure of writing at Vanderbilt of double entendres. So they teach my writing at a university in Nashville. EYA. Yep.
Hey, that's the shit you're gonna learn right here on Bumpers Wacky Wednesday,
crazy.
bro. That's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
it was pretty cool. She was trying to tell me when I first ran into her, but I couldn't hear nothing because once they time your, you know, the red carpet stuff, you have to go boom because you boom, boom, they put you in line. So you're doing media all the way down. And I was just like, man, what did she say? But when she told me EYA, we all kind of looked at each other because she was an older lady. But when she said EYA, I was like, oh, you shouldn't be listening to that song. But it was cool, man. And I had to tell my mom the story later. And then she was just laughing, you know. We went out that night in Nashville. I don't get to really go out on like Broadway and stuff, you know, all the time. But when my mom was there and I got my first little award out there, we went, man. It was cool. Shout out to the Impact Awards, man.
Dude, that's crazy how small the world is, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
You know, wow, man. So Louie, you're very popular on you have been able to master social media. A lot of artists, that's not their cup of tea.
Right.
You could give them a microphone, put them in front of people, they can sing. But doing social media and staying relevant, because that's pretty much what you're doing, right? When you're doing the social media, TikTok live, so you're staying relevant. Like, oh, that's Louie. Let me see what he's got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because you come out with a song, I could jam it for a week or so, and then kind of another song comes out, and then you're not coming out with something for a couple of months or whatever. You kind of, but if you're there in my face, well, shit, there he is. There he is. Is that something that comes natural to you to do social media, or do you think you do it more for? Has it become more of a job?
The posting kind of does like the scheduling and stuff, but man, honestly, I wish I had a formula, dog. I'd write it down and sell it, you know, but I don't. You know, I post, you know, my music, my songs, my stories. Like, I make captions about my songs. The songs are songs about my life, and you know, so it's easy to do. I just tell people like this, man, like, because the truth is when people don't know what to post, when you're saying that, you don't know what to post, you don't know what to promote or how to promote it, right? If you don't know how to promote something, you don't know what it is, right? The reason why, a lot of people don't realize that who you are as an artist is a big projection. It's the hugest projection of who you are. If you don't know who you are, then how do you know who you are as an artist? How do you know what to promote? How do you know what to sing? Because they go, what am I going to write now? What should I talk about? People like this. There you go. You're an artist. Why are you worried about what they like? You're supposed to bring up the subject, talk about it, break it down, let it out, then they relate. There's nobody, artist, there's no artist better than the other. It's just different. That's just it. There's nobody better, different. You might say, hey, this guy sounds just like that guy. Okay, cool. Well, then they are the same, but that guy's better. Yeah. That's just the truth. But no, oh, this guy's different. He's an artist. That's it. She's different. She's an artist. She's talking about her life. Like, even down to the core of making music. Some of this stuff just starts with me, tears, coffee, and a piano, man. And I send it off to my guitar guys, and we just make music, bro. Like, there's no formula except being yourself.
And he said, coffee, tears, and a piano, bro.
Yeah. I smoke too, but I'll wait a little bit. Keep the voice, smooth in the morning,
I got you. Louie, it's just again, bro. I can't touch on how much, bro. It's really cool to see somebody that I can relate to, doing what you're doing, bro.
Thank you.
And I think a lot of people see that. A lot. You've opened a lot of people's eyes, and I guarantee there's even some older Chicanos that are like, a la madre, they let this dude do. Because to them, it's a dude with a cowboy hat.
In their time, it wasn't a thing, and especially like this, like that wasn't a thing. But man, I swear to you, I just did an interview in Nashville, and they asked other Latina country singers, and they kept it real. They're like, we were told to do the blonde hair, we were told, and they act like I wasn't told to change up stuff. You know what, bro? You know how many times they told me I should have changed this, did that, bro? Man, them fools didn't tell me to my face. I showed up, and you know what? I'm not being funny. That's when I went through my phase to take it off my shirt because they were like, "You should try to cover up the tattoos." I said, "I got something for you." And I swear that's how it started.
El pinche rebel salió.
It really wasn't that. It's like, dog. It's like, man, I've been fighting this for 20 years. Who are you? You're about to tell me now what I need to do at the end? Man, get out of here, man. Ain't nobody been here but me the whole time. Some have come, some have gone, and come and go, but the whole time has been me. That's what we've been here.
That's well, and continue to do that, bro. Continue to do that. So I've seen you've met people like Jelly Roll, and these are some dudes that have come to country music that they're tatted up, and they're not the typical country artists, right? So to say.
Yeah.
What are, if you don't mind, what are some of those conversations like with people like that, man?
Funnier than you think, but I keep it clean, but no, like a lot of these fools are just uplifting, dog, man. Like Struggle Jennings, man, Jelly Roll, like a lot of these fools are just like, keep going, Bubba. Like, man, even guys that ain't tatted like that, like Darius Rucker, Luke Bryan, like these are people I grew up listening to that knew who I was.
Yeah.
When Darius knew who I was and said congratulations and everything, I was like, he walked off and I didn't even look at my manager at the time. We just kind of looked up. I was like, Darius Rucker knows who I am. He was like, I know.
That's the Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Dude, right?
And then Luke Bryan is Luke Bryan. Luke Bryan's song, Drink a Beer, was the one I would drink to by my dad. Yeah. Man, when I said, hey, my manager at the time, he's like, can we get a picture? And I was, because I didn't want to bother him. I'm not that guy, Yeah. And I see him walking out. He's like, yeah. Hey, Luke, congrats, man. I was like, oh, man, I got fool. I was like, I got to act cool, though. So I did. I was like,
this dude's ready for acting, fool. Y'all didn't catch that. I caught it because I'm right here. That fool changed accents in one sentence.
Man, it was just crazy, bro, because, like you say, you don't know where this is going to go. But I've just definitely had some positive words from some big dog. Bro, Dan and Shay, I'm a big fan of them. Uh-huh. And so of Kane Brown. Kane didn't know who I was, but, man, it was Kane Brown. This story's been on the internet, so I'm not going to say it, though. It's been, almost 2 years, a year and a half. So we were all at Jelly Roll's after party, and they're playing beer pong and they don't want no phones. It's supposedly it's a celebrity party, and I'm the only one that's not a celebrity. So I was like, damn, fool, we gotta slide in. I was like, just stay close to the mops, fool, because if they're like, who's that? Oh, está limpiando, fool. I'm just working, fool. I'm taking a break. Go Posty, but it was cool. We walk in there, and Ezekiel Elliott and Post Malone are on one side playing beer pong against Kane Brown and Dan and Shay, and across from me is Shabuzi. And I'm standing there, and they're all like looking, and then, we're the only Mexicans there that look like this. Cowboy hats, everything. So automatically, not being funny, like if you know who I am, you know exactly who I am. And here's the bad part. If you don't know who I am, you're like, oh, what is it? Because I try to look like, Luke Bryan, then I look like a cartel member. It goes so backwards. I'm like, dang, I forget, Nah, but we go, bro, and it's love, right? And I'm standing there, and I'm like watching everybody. And was it Dan or Shay? Shay? Yeah. Dan walks up, and he's like, hey, are you Louie? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm finna get kicked out of a celebrity party, dog. It's embarrassing. I was like, yeah. He goes, I love your shit, bro. Keep it up, dog. And I was like, hell yeah, dog, appreciate it. He goes, I said, oh, actually, I froze and told them, I was like, they know who I am. I said, oh, damn. Hey, bro, my bad. Thanks, bro, so much. You know, I was so excited.
Yeah.
And then this food goes back over there, and I'm chilling. I go, man, they got me a beer. And I was like, man, all we need is some smoke now. And Zeke go, oh, damn. Anyway.
Dude, before I forget, bro, because you said smoke, and the next word that comes after smoke is always Aldo Caldo, bro.
Shout out to Caldo, Master.
Shout out to Caldo, bro. He's a super cool cat, bro. I met him through another very good friend of mine. I know he's a very good friend of yours as well. Un saludo to our good friend, Mr. Chris Perez.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know, Chris is a good friend of us here at Bumpers Wacky Wins. Good friend of mine, personal friend. And, you know, when he told me he was going on the road with you and doing some shows, I was like, man, that's freaking
It's crazy, man.
badass, bro.
Yeah, Chris is, man, he's been nothing but a mentor, man. Like, I mean, even when he's, you know, like, he blesses my game, man. You know, when he's out of town, I'll be like, man, I'm in town. He's like, stay at the crib, you know, so.
So it's probably a question for your homies, bro, but who can drink more? You or Chris?
Oh, Chris.
Hands down, right?
Man, well, we can go. Nah, Chris, because he's, man, I've tapped out a couple times. Houston was a bad one. Man, he did the national anthem, and then we had drinks afterwards. I was, man, yeah. Yeah, he got it. I mean, I smoke. So, like, you know, like, if sometimes he wants to have fun, he'll smoke or whatever. But, like, that's it, you know? Like, but Chris can drink. He likes wine. And and I can drink wine when it's real good, but then at night I get heartburn. So I just drink alcohol. But these food, yeah, Chris, you know.
But the hangovers from wine is gotcha, bro.
Bro, I mean.
Gotcha, those hangovers from
I mean,
wine,
I'm young still, but I've learned in your 30s, that's when you start feeling hangovers.
So for everybody watching that loves Louie the Singer, what is Louie the Singer's go-to drink?
Right now, I mean, because I'm on the workout stuff like that, getting ready for tour, I've been drinking Tito's and soda water. I have been having some brews lately, but man, I've been going hard on the cardio and stuff like that, you know, working out and shit.
Hey, el vato se bajó del bus, and I was like, okay, vato. Like, I didn't want him to take his shirt off. I didn't want the neighbors to call the cops. He could let you guy, right? But no, Louie, you're looking good, bro.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
good, man.
I mean, it's tour season, man. We got to get back on it, get in shape, get right, you know, running around. We're doing, you know, almost 2-hour shows, you know, and I don't just stand still, you know, and no disrespect to anybody that does. I wish I could be George Strait. I'm not that good, you know.
So flour tortillas on the road? Nah,
that food. But sometimes, you know, but it's just hard because I can't eat during shows. I'll be all bloated and I can't sing and I feel all right. And then I get tired after I eat, you know? And then, so I'll eat afterwards. Now I'm stuck eating at 2 a.m.
Whataburger.
No, I mean, they'll have food and stuff. I got to reheat whatever they had, some wings or something. That's the bad part. But I mean, like this tours we're going to be different. I'm going to have like, you know, certain things on the road to where we just eat and go, you know? And that'll help me stay slim.
Hey, Louie, how's your reaction overseas, bro?
Man,
you know, countries worldwide. Like, people love country all over the world, man. It's not just the United States. How is Louie's, you know, overseas?
Man, it's calling. They're working on getting my passport right now because I was a flight risk. You know, before I went to prison, they took my passport. So we had to go through. We didn't know, but we actually had to go through certain things just to get it back. So I'm in the process of that. But yeah, my agency, I'm with UTA, so like, you know, I'm under the same agency as like Bad Bunny, Karol G, and Karin and them. So like those guys are trying to get me overseas now. And I got to meet a lot of their reps for UTA at CMA Fest. And they're like, Louie, we really like what you're doing. You know, mate, we think you should come out and it's gonna be great. You know? I'm like, holy mate, you know. But
hey, this dude's ready for. Hey, you need to go to. Where's your agent, bro? You need to be. They need to do your 8x10. Mandalo pa Hollywood. Right?
Yeah.
You could do it, dude.
I can't tell y'all yet, but y'all are gonna see it in a couple of days. But Monday, I have a huge meeting in California. I'd already told people, but I haven't told nobody what or with who. But it does have to do with acting. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But y'all will see Monday.
So a Mexican from the barrio in Fort Worth will be in Hollywood, dog.
Man, I mean, I don't know about, you know, we're gonna go for the screen, you know, for sure.
That's good, man. No, bro. Again.
I want to stay in Texas is what I was saying. Just put that out there. Because they try to get you to go to Nashville, Hollywood. Man, it's 2025. I send it email.
You Texas is your home. You're not gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm a father, dog. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I can't leave anyway. You know.
Hey, Louie, in your everyday, man, I always see you around horses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Is that your therapy, brother?
100%, yeah. My mother said, look, the first time she started seeing like real videos of me circulating, like just popping up on her feed, she said she saw one of me washing the horse one time. She said, you look just so relaxed. She said, I wish I would have forced you back around that. Because had started when we were younger, you know, around my tia and them, they used to throw coleaderas and all that stuff. And that's what we went to. And, you know, but it was a job. Warm up the horses, do that. And I swear to you, and then eventually it was like, man, I'm not fucking going. Yeah, for real, this was already job.
They're just going to use me to work.
Hey, cool down the horse. He's got to walk, get him cool. And I'm like, that's your fucking horse? Ain't you the cowboy? You know? And so we all left it alone as kids. But, you know, and, you know, we got older. You know, as I got older, you know, I just, you know, fell back in love with it. And that's just my thing.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Eddie, I don't ever usually do this, but I know there's probably, I don't know. I haven't even checked, but I would like to see if there's any what do you call it out there, man? Any hold on. Whoa, Eddie, I think our Facebook is messed up. Is it? Mm-hmm. It's not. I can't get the comments on here either. Oh yeah, but YouTube is good. Okay, I know what it was.
The comments?
Yeah, it's because we played your video. Guarantee you. That's why Facebook, because you're a popular guy when we play popular things. Yeah, for sure, man. No, but San Antonio, bro, you're here. I know you're doing our show, and then you're gonna be doing the Bean and Cheese Man with our good friend Samantha. She's
I haven't got
hilarious.
to check it out yet, but I had got tagged in something because they told me about it. I was like, yeah, let's do it. And they were like, you got tagged in something with Michael before. I said, I knew I'd seen this before. She had interviewed Michael. Yeah. And I think that they had talked about Vegas or something like that. Because I did Vegas with Mike.
Yeah. She's hilarious, bro. She's hilarious. So and before we wrap it up a little bit, you know, because we're at the Tejano show. You grew up listening to Little Tejano music?
Oh, yeah. Intocable for sure. Of course, Jay Perez. Everybody grew up listening to Jay. I mean, you couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you, sit down and tell you everything. Of course, Selena songs. You know, that was.
But you know them. I mean, it's part of I mean, you grew up, it was around you all the time.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Of course, Michael, you know, the Bobby Pulido records, you know. Yeah. I mean, I try to tell. I dated a girl from the East Coast one time, and she heard the playlist. We were at a cookout. And she was like, she thought it was like an ad or something, but it was a country song, and then it was a Tejano song. She's like, what that phone? She told me, why phone keep doing that? I'm like, doing what? She said, it playing like different songs outside the genre. I'm like, that's probably his playlist. She said, why you got them all like that? I'm like, dang, we are different, you know, like. Because even as Tejanos, man, like we speak a different. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but we speak a different type of Spanish.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when we go out of town, man, Chicanos are different everywhere. We're all the same, but different. Like for real.
Sure. You go to Florida, you see how different we are.
Oh, I know. I've been there. Like I've gotten to see, bro. I'm telling you, like of course, everywhere I go, Chicanos are what's pulling up to my shows. You know, so. Yeah. I've gotten to see them everywhere. Man, I've even gone to Washington and like I've even said it like, man, y'all fools are out here. What's up? Damn. Y'all just kept walking, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Well, I don't just see Joey is I don't think they're my kids are hitting me up because they're like, Dad, what's going on Facebook? Well, we're still live on YouTube, so we're good. You know, Louie, again, bro, I can't thank you enough, bro. You don't know what you've done for me and Eddie here at Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, bro. We you know we're really big in Tejano in conjunto, our cultura. But to have somebody of your stature come through here, bro, man, it means a lot to us, bro. Yeah. It really does. I don't think you, because you're in it all the time, you don't realize what you can do to help people out without thinking that you're helping them. You know what I mean? Well, and this is helping us out big time. I've had quite a few country artists, especially little Chicanitos that are out there doing little Texas country scene. They'll come through, jam out a few songs. It's always a good time. But again, we haven't had Louie TheSinger here.
Man, thanks, man. I'm blessed to have you, bro. Be here, bro. I got to tell you, I'm a regular out the dock. So like anytime, anybody wants to talk about the music, let's do it, bro. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You want to do another shot or what? We'll do one more. Let's do one more. I got to work in a little bit still.
Oh, shit. You got to go to the studio or what?
Work. No, I'm filming some sponsors promo, man. So shout out to Black Diamond, man. They're actually going to be one of my sponsors on the tour, man.
Black Diamond.
Yeah. I like that Texican shirt too, dog. Them fools been sending me stuff for like 3-4 years, bro.
Yeah. And it's on this to Texican. They just sent me a package just the other day. And I pulled this out. I'm like, hey, you know what, man? I'm gonna wear. I like the Tejano hat. That's hard, bro. That's hard. Hey, well, this is. I'm gonna have to get you one. You know why?
Give me one.
Because this is ours. We made. We made this. This is the prototype. Nice. The new one. I always wear a Stetson Open Road. That's where that's where the logo comes from, right? So the new ones that we're gonna have this, but just to you know where it comes from, we're just putting the little hat logo right here, so people know if you're like in the Tejano industry, like that's because it's Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, right?
Badass.
But yeah, it'd be cool. We definitely got to get you one, man. Let's do this toast, man. To Louie TheSinger, bro, and for you opening the doors for many people.
Thank you,
and
brother.
for our culture, brother.
Thank
Salute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's quick. I know you guys are ready. You guys are used to the 2.5 hour shows, and we're jamming, hanging out. But Louie has a lot of things to do. We got a lot of things to do. We got another show tonight, so make sure you guys tune in. We're gonna be with, a Chicano that has probably one of the most. He's up there with probably the most Grammys. We're gonna be at Gibby Velasquez studio tonight. With Mario Ortiz and Sevi Contreras, also two amazing Tejano producers. So make sure you guys tune in tonight at 7:30 for that. And for everybody who joined us, thank you guys so much for our hiccup on Facebook. No big deal. We'll get it uploaded. You'll be able to see it all. But again, Louie,
Thank you,
gracias,
brother. Man,
I
appreciate it,
appreciate
dog.
you, carnal.
Thank you.
And here, dude, you always got a home here. You're gonna be in San Antonio. Before we let you go, when are you gonna be in San Antonio?
September 20th on the one for the hometown tour, man. So September 20th at the Aztec Theater.
He's
it's,
doing it big, boy.
It's my second time there, man.
Okay,
So I'm excited, man.
okay.
So and then September 21st we're going down to Houston.
Okay, all right, and that's gonna kick off. Is that the kickoff for the hometown tour?
Nah. Actually, technically, we start off in my schedule's crazy. I'm Fresno, coming down to Fort Worth. I'm doing the benefit concert, and then I head to Philly, DC, New York, Chicago, all that stuff, and then we hit all the way left, and we'll be done like mid-October. Then I come back to do festivals. I'm actually headlining the State Fair of Dallas, and I'm the first Fort Worth artist, not even just Latino. I'm the first
Fort
Fort
Worth
Worth artist, to headline the State Fair, and I'm closing weekend. It's crazy. And I'm doing the Shrimpery Festival October 17th in Aransas Pass.
Okay, so it's you're a Dallas Cowboy fan?
Yes, sir.
Texas Ranger, Houston Astros.
I'm not big on baseball, but I go with Rangers, hometown.
Yeah, hometown.
Yeah,
I got you.
I'm anything Texas team for sure. My first halftime show was the Texans, so big shout out to them.
And TCU.
I like TCU. Yeah.
That's your.
Yeah, I like TCU. I really go guns up though because they were my first college show,
okay.
and because my primo Mikey that passed,
He with Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this lunchtime edition of Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We hope that you have a fantastic Wednesday. Don't forget, tune in a few hours. We're going to be live at the Velasquez studio here in San Antonio.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I
Let's go.
appreciate you, Louie. All right, we'll see you guys. Have a good one.